We have got a massive episode today. We got youth intake, we got transfers, we got league games, we need to look at the form. So much to do. Hello everybody once again and welcome back to Jack on a Journey. My name is Jack and today, like I said in the intro, we have got tons and tons to look at. Like I said, it's youth intake day, or was it yesterday or today? It's around this time, isn't it? I can't remember if it was yesterday or today. Doesn't matter. It's here now. I haven't looked at the team, but it does say we've got every reason to be excited with Magnus Gudmundsson, who has the potential to be one of the most gifted players to come through the youth ranks at Íþróttabandalag. Still can't pronounce it. I don't think I'll ever be able to pronounce it if I'm honest. He's also been, this Magnus guy has also been noted as one of the players that matches the coaching style of the head of youth, which is fantastic. Should we have a look at the players before we, what should we do first, transfers or youth? We'll do youth players, so few youth candidates. Okay, so this Magnus Gudmundsson is a 2-star already and he's 5-star potential. There's also an Arneson guy who's 1.5 star, 5-star potential. And then we've got a couple of dead ones, if you will. Good. I'm glad there's a couple of 5-star potentials in there. I didn't click on that. But let's have a look at Magnus Gudmundsson, shall we? And see how well he actually is. Decent. 15 finishing at 16 is not bad, is it? Physicals could be slightly better, but they'll improve in time. He's only 16. Concentration should be better, but he's got the determination, which I like in. The work rate's a little bit too low. But overall, heading 14 as well. Decent. And he could play cam just about and left wing. If I stay for a second season, I can see this kid being a third, like straight into the first team and being a third, or maybe even second choice striker, if I'm honest. Because 14 aggression, it's good with a young lad to have a little bit of aggression. You don't want him to be like a Wayne Rooney type though, but the passion might be there, which is good. And work to do, but decent 5-star potential player. He should make it. Arneson, he's got a lot more work to do. His mentals look slightly better. His concentration's down there though. His finishing is not as good. A bit more pace, but he's got low determination, but that's fine. That could be worked with on tutoring, whatever it's called now, mentoring, something like that. I'll give these two contracts, I think, just because, one, they're 5-star potential, so you might be able to get a bit of money from them in the future. But also, you never know. You never know with these kids, and in a place like Iceland, like I don't know, these youth players, you give them a couple of games, they might shoot up, they might score loads of goals. Let's have a look at Sigurdsson, a right midfielder, 1-star current, 4-star potential. He's got physicals, to be fair to him. Like, his physicals are decent. Not great, decent. It's technique-wise, not so good. Another one with a bit too low determination, but that's fine. That can be worked on. He's not really, like, he can't cross, he can't finish. He can run. He's a typical non-league player. Can't do anything, but he can potential ability. I probably will sign all of these, but they'll go into like the youth ranks, into this IA carry whatever team our under 19s, which isn't our under 19s, it's a completely different team. I don't know how it works. They're probably all signed, but as long as the 2 strikers sign, that is fine by me. But let's go and see about transfers, because there has been a fair fair bit of transfers going on, let's say. Just the one player's gone out, Robert Balakalal, who I think it was the last episode. I said in the last episode that after the performance in that 3-0 loss, he was never going to play for us again. So I just thought, just stick him up on the transfer list then. We'll stick him up on the transfer list, see what we can do. And Club Bruges came in for him and bought him for £12,000, which is good. A little bit of money. We don't get any of the money because of those finances. So it doesn't really make a dent in the finances, but it's an extra 12k. So that's perfect. But we have brought in 4 players here. Pontus Wick is a backup keeper, 2.5 star, 4-star potential. Literally just brought in. He's a free loan. What can you go wrong from this team in the Breidablik from the first division, the Premiership division? So decent. We're not paying him anything. It's come in handy because Olofsson, the starting keeper, is currently injured. So he has been playing. Next up we got Giannis Kalasidis. He's a central defensive midfielder, 2-star current, 3-star potential. A bit more, we're going a bit more filling out the midfield a little bit because our midfield wasn't too good, and I've kind of changed. I'll talk about changing formation and all that in a little bit, but 170 quid a week backup is a cheap option. He can play DM, centre mid. He can just about play anywhere along the back, but he's not great at it, let's say. But he's a Greek player. He's been around the Greek leagues a hell of a lot. He's come to us just as a backup. I don't think he'll ever play, but it's an option. It's an option there to have, isn't it? 26 years old as well. Next up, we got Alef Arni Adolsteinsson from he's from Iceland, 28 years old. He's a striker. Now, I brought him in purely because he's a striker and he can play left wing, which is perfect. It's what we needed. 2 positions that we need. And he was decent. Icelandic as well. We can't go wrong with that. 3.5 star current, 3.5 star potential. But more importantly, if needed, he can play that target man role. He can play that press and forward role. He can play that deep line forward role. More variety up front, which is what I loved when I saw it. I was like, yes, I need to get this kid. He's played 20 games this season. 13 of them have been sub appearances. Scored 5 goals. Has a decent rating. As you can see, he's played 1 game, scored 1 goal for us. So not too bad. So he's played games in this division, played games in the top division, played games in the division below. Decent player by the looks of it. And hopefully he can kick on and get some goals for us and be a nice little acquisition, if you will. But next up, last but not least, if you will, we've got Remagizus Sizewax, something like that. Don't know. Centre back / central defensive midfielder. Once again, another DM. You can see what the formation change is coming from, probably. But he's very, very good. Polish lad, 23 years old, 4-star current, 4-star potential, I believe it was. First time in Iceland, but he looks decent. Like 4-star, 4.5 star potential even. Sorry, we're paying him a lot of money, but we got the chance to change our what's the word? Objectives, I assume it is. Yeah, change our objectives. So we've gone from, I think, finish near the top of the table to promotion, or maybe even win the league in one of them. So we've got a bit more wage budget behind us. Hence why we could afford this. It was a bit of a risk to do it, but we are now in budget, just about. It says currently spending there, but if we go on to scouting, we're £13 or £31 left to spend. £31 left to spend in the budget. So most of it's probably like bonuses and whatnot. There are things. Who's this kid? Oh, he's the right midfielder. Yeah. I know. So we haven't got anyone else coming in. Let's show you the games then, because ever since this 3-0 loss, it's been tipsy-turvy, let's say. It's not been fantastic. We've been playing pretty diabolical, but grinding out results, sorry. So we played Vikingur, and we beat them 2-1. Very, very even game. Flossasson and Olsen scored a late penalty there. We went 1-0 down, but it just wasn't very pretty in how we won. But it's fine, we got the win. We then played Fram, and we drew 0-0. They were near the bottom of the league. Once again, played terribly. We played Solfas, and this game we played excellent in. We tore Solfas apart, and Benedict scored in the first minute, an own goal, and Polaxon scoring before a late, bit of a worldie, bit of a long shot effort from a Pachu for them. But we played much better. And then we played Diabolical again against Vidar. Benedict once again scoring. That's where Olofsson... Oh no, Olofsson didn't get injured, but I've been giving him injections. Purely because I didn't really want to lose him. So he got injections there and in that one. And then we started playing this Wick guy because I didn't want to give him any more injections. So we drew with them, with Vidar. And then we lost to the team we played first game of the season, the promoted team. 2-1. We played so badly, unbelievably badly in this game. Just created nothing. Vior scoring for us, but we were 2-0 down at that point. Just horrendous, and we couldn't do anything to get back into it. But we did bounce back against Nardvik, 2-0, and this was the point where I changed the formation because I didn't really want to see a rot happening. So I changed the formation. Adeline Steinson and Olsen getting the goals in 3 minutes. And we have changed it to the 4-3-3 with a defensive mid. Or the 4-1-2-2-1, 4-2-3, 4-3-2-1, whatever you want to call it. So we've got this Polish guy in the defensive mid at the moment. This is the team we will be going with today because it works. It worked well in the last game. We got a couple of trialists, but I don't really want to play them because I don't want to waste my time with exploiting a raw that's there. It's not really exploiting because you're allowed to do it, but it just feels a bit cheaty. But we're doing this. It's we got the target man at front instead of the poacher. It did decent. We won 2-0. What can you expect? It did decent, but we literally, the first half, we were 2-0 up. We had 2 shots, and we scored them both. They had 10 shots. Second half was much better. But first half was a little bit worrying, but we had scored twice, and it was like, okay, we're leading 2-0. Second half gave me a lot more confidence in what we did. But obviously, because the youth intake came in, we are a few days behind. We're playing a Grindavik today, who are in 6th place. I'll show you the league table. Well, we are still top. Just about, I think. Joint top, on goal difference. So we've let the gap close, but hopefully we can kick on with this change of formation. There's 7 games left of the season. So if we don't get promoted, I'll be absolutely devastated. We deserve to, as you can see, we've been top pretty much all season. In the promotion zone all season, pretty much. So I would say we deserve to go up, but sometimes you don't ever deserve things. You have to play the whole season. So hopefully we can keep on winning. And we're going to go to this Grindavik game. Fingers crossed, get 3 points. I shall see you in a second for it. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are in action now against Grindavik. This is the team, same as what I showed you before. Nothing's changed. So we've got Wick and goal. Paulson, Sakira, Mahic, and Nelson at the back. Swaz in defensive midfielder, Christensen and Gunnarsson in centre midfield, Wheel, Olsen and Adolsteinsen up front. If we can get 3 points today, obviously they're a very good team. This is the team that were predicted to finish top. The media prediction, they were predicted to finish top. So they've obviously got something about them. Obviously they're not having a great as a season, being 6th, like mid-table. But it's still going to be a tough ask. And we're in patchy form, I would say. Very, very patchy form. And we're away from home as well. Either way, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, which, you know, we can counter. We can counter that with the defensive midfield. So we'll crack on. I'm just a little bit nervy that if we lose, we'll lose top spot, and For some reason, I think if we lose top spot, we'll just keep on going down. Like I'm not looking forward to it. We are in the white today. The first time we've played in white, I believe. I'm not too sure. I think it is. So Olsen on the ball to Gunnarsson to Christiansen to Swaz. I'm going to nickname him Swaz now. Definitely what he's going to be called. Christiansen plays the ball over to the top to Nilsson. He finds Olsen. Can we get the ball in the box to Nilsson? Gets the ball in the box. It gets headed away. Christiansen gets blocked. Gunnarsson back to Christiansen. We're all over them at the moment. Christiansen tries to finesse one into the top corner, but it's just gone wide. Good little bit of pressure there. Liking it. If we can keep that up, perfect. We are in a counter-attacking formation though, so don't be surprised if we don't. Right, we've just got a highlight, and HK have just gone 1-0 up, so they're now top of the league. It's getting. I'm just not liking it. We're now second in the league. That was a pretty terrible ball. Ziggers on the ball for them. Just nervy. Just so nervy. We need a win now. We just need to win. Poor Steinson for them. Holgersson to Hewson. I feel a goal coming here. Just be our luck if they score with HK scoring at the same time. Hewson to Holgersson. Flip off. Gossage. Hewson on the edge of the box. That's a decent goal, to be fair. Oh dear. Sam Hewson with his 5th goal of the season. Not a bad strike, if I'm honest. Oh no, keeper's had a right mate. Keeper's just flapped it. We're 1-0 down. We're now off top of the league. We're now a point off dropping out of the promotion. Right, we need to do something about this, because there's no point playing counter-attacking formation. Show me something else aggressive. Right. End the team talk. We're going to go back to the 4-3-3 for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Swaz in the centre of defence. I was just checking out the ratings and see what's what. So he can play there. Mahic can come off for Good Johnson. You play in there, and I'll change you into a centre defence, centre midfielder on defend even. Which one would Good Johnson prefer to play? Yeah, we'll do that. And because we've got a striker who can play target man, I feel the need to play him target man, if that makes sense, just to see if we can actually get the striker doing better in that role. And if it requires changing a role to like a target man or pressing forward, that's better. Ooh, I thought we'd scored then. Good Johnson with a free kick. But I'm just going to, keep on changing the roles, see what we can work with. HK are now 2-0 up. So their goal difference is now better than ours. It's not ideal, but just don't panic. It's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. We're going to make our substitutions in a minute. Veal's had a terrible game. To be fair, the front three have just been dreadful. But we have got a highlight now. Nilsson on the ball. Finds a Gunnarsson to Good Johnson. Can we get a goal there? Good Johnson firing forward, but no communication there. He just tried to pass it forward, but Veal didn't read it completely. Nilsson now on the right hand side. Finds Olsen in the middle. Penalty? No. Gunnarsson to Good Johnson. To Veal, has a shot, and Veal has redeemed himself a little bit. 8th goal of the season, assist by Good Johnson. Veal getting the goal to equalise with 20 minutes to go. We're not even going to watch the replay. Make substitutions. Christiansen's picked up a knock, so we haven't really got a centre midfielder on the bench. That's the problem. Good Johnson, you're gonna Goodmanson even might just have to play there. In fact, we're going to put Swaz back into that centre midfielder role. Purely because he's a defensive midfielder. He should probably know how to play a centre midfield on defend. I would have thought. Should we take off the striker? We have got strikers on the bench. So we're going to take off Odland Steinson and bring on Polackson. For the last 15 minutes or so, and we'll go and try and get a winner. I don't know whether to go attacking or not. We are away from home. A draw is fine. We'll have to keep that in mind. A draw is fine for now. It'd be better if we won, obviously, but time's flown by. Nothing's really happening. That is fine. Away from home to a decent side, a draw is perfectly acceptable in my eyes. Perfectly acceptable. We have absolutely dominated them, mind. But that's fine. We're off top of the league. Things could be going better. But we didn't lose. Just remember that. We did not lose. So, I don't know when we're going to be coming back. We are playing bottom of the league at home next game. Oh, that's screaming a loss, isn't it? That's screaming a loss. Right. When should we come back for the next episode? Like I said, we haven't got many games left. Oh, we've got to play HK. That is a massive last 4 games. 1st, 4th, 7th and 3rd. So we come back for the HK game. We do those 2. And then we do those 2, I think. So we skip 2 games ahead. And then we'll film the last 2 games of the season. We're playing 5th as well. That is a tough run. That is a tough run. I kind of think we should come back for that as well. No, we're going to skip the 2 games and then do the last 4 games. Last 4 games of the season, I think, because it's an even number. It makes my life easier. So we're playing bottom of the league and then 5th, and then we'll come back for HK, who are top. If we can get a win against them, that would be exceptional. I didn't realise the keeper's out for the rest of the season. Bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Right. Nervous, boys. I'm nervous. If you did like that, please drop a like on the episode. It would mean a hell of a lot to me. Please subscribe. That also means a hell of a lot to me. And I shall see you again for title deciding episodes. Mad. Absolutely mad. Thank you very much for watching.